You have to ask, intention or design, that Boris Johnson is going to miss most of the election campaign. Apparently, the timing of the election caught him unawares, and he's in the middle of a number of foreign tours and foreign speaking tours, and he will be out of the UK for much of the critical period. However, the panic selection of candidates to fill the places of those who are running away from the Conservative Party is extraordinary. There are claims that Boris Johnson fans are being purged. In other words, Brexiteers are being purged in favour of One Nation Remainers and Rishi Sunak acolytes. I think there's actually three things going on here, or four parts to the present Conservative Party. There's the One Nation people, there's the Rishi Sunak people, there's the Boris diehards Doris. I forget her name. Gosh, I literally, it's gone. And then there's the hard right, like Suella Braverman, Nadine Dorris. There we are. The name comes back. And so at the moment, I think the Conservative Party have to find 200 candidates to stack their to stack their shelves, and Downing Street apparently is parachuting people into seats, like Gove's now empty seat, and in mid-Bedfordshire, for example, the defeated Conservative candidate Festus Akim Busoye is hoping that he's going to be the candidate again for the Conservative Party, but apparently he was eliminated in an unwise and unexpected loo break. The details of which, during that break, while the 10 candidates being considered was shuffled down to 3, a senior member of the executive committee apparently lent on colleagues to remove Festus from the shortlist, because the association is bound to select him if he's in the shortlist, because he's already stood. And the person who remained victorious was a person called Blake Stevenson, who is apparently a, quote, Boris-hating Remain campaigner. So he'd have my vote, maybe, if I wasn't so opposed to what to what has been done in the name of the Conservative Party in the last 6 years. And there was a person called Jamie Wallace, a transgender MP for Bridgend, who announced that he would not seek re-election to the Welsh constituency 2 years after crashing his car into a lamppost while wearing black leather miniskirt and high heels. Nothing wrong with that, but he fled the scene and was later arrested and found guilty of failing to report an accident. I'm not sure whether the accident was the high heels or crashing the car. Did he crash the car because he wasn't able to drive in anything but flats? Extraordinary that he should be thinking that he could be a shoo-in to another constituency. Anyway, there are plenty of Conservative MPs and supporters who were only too keen for Boris to put himself up and stand in the election himself. But I think sources of sense probably also had a word with him, and he's keeping mum and he's keeping away, which is something of a relief. I have no idea yet whether Lord Frost, who had every intention of standing as an MP and quitting the House of Lords, which I thought required a legal process. I thought it required actually a parliamentary vote, but clearly not. But so far, he seems to have been blocked from standing. Someone's got in his way. I think there is a general move in the Conservative Party that the lurch to the right was wrong, and an appeal to Middle England is right, but it's too late. It's too late. That boat has sailed, and the Conservative Party, as it stands, looks set to seriously demolish itself in the general election. I'd be very interested to see, of those 200 spare seats, how many of them go to One Conservatives and how many of them go to right-wing twits who wish to ape Suella Braverman and or dog what's his name now, Jacob Rees-Mogg. Such people will not. Well, they might find themselves elected by chance, and but they will be part of a party that is dying. If the party can somehow or other steer itself back into the centre ground, it might have some success about being re-elected. Equally, if the party could steer itself back into the centre ground, it might have some success in opposition and be of use to the country. But a lurch towards Suella Braverman and Priti Patel and Cleverly and all their kind is a lurch to parliamentary suicide and political annihilation.